maybe you don't like um, uh, Sexy Red, right? But why do all the other girls do? Why are
right.
they, ski yeet all day, all week? Like,
I can't even answer that for you. I don't want to answer that for you. But
but
even if even if she's not my favorite artist, there's something that she's doing right.
Something that she's doing right.
Welcome back to another episode of Music Business Advice. On this channel, we'll be going over a wide range of topics, making your journey from where you are to where you want to be in the music industry just a little bit easier. I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
I don't wanna leave them unsure. I can't be unsure. I wanna feel more. The shit you need is what you should be asking for.
Let me ask you, with your role as a songwriter and as, a part of artist development and pushing artists forward, what are some ways that, two questions, that artists, when they're feeling this way, they can approach making the next record or making the next move, getting up to do this gig that their manager or their A&R or their business consultant may have put in front of them, that they don't really have the wants, the bandwidth to, walk that down.
How do they approach it?
Yeah.
It's just keeping the I don't want to say end goal because this shit is forever, but keeping the why in front of you, keeping why you started. You may not want to do this performance. You may not have the right words to finish the song. You may get frustrated, but why are you doing it? What's the saying? When there's a why, anything is possible. Or, that's my only advice as far as like. Before this, you telling me like why we're doing this. Like, remember why you're doing this. You're gonna get frustrated. That's you're human. Your emotions go up and down.
Yeah.
Keep your why.
It's funny. Like, well, I'm gonna get to that second question, but quickly, there was, before, when you were gone, Hunch was here and he was kind of saying how, where we're at in this industry, like, we get those artists that are still kind of just sometimey with the path that they're on, and oh yeah, I'm on music this summer, and then next summer it's like a song hasn't been done since.
Right.
So would you say that that's the same for them? Like, is it their why, or is it maybe other things? Like, speak to that. How can somebody just keep that consistency? How can they approach, hey, they were iffy about it then, how can they continue to maybe get out of that iffiness?
You gotta ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do for it? If you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and when stuff starts to get hard, you go and over here and do something with more stability or something over there, it may not be for you. You have to know yourself. You have to surround yourself with people who know you and be realistic before you waste your time and waste your money.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Surround yourself with the right people, because granted, I know that's very hard at this entry level, but it's like people that are going to be honest with you. Right, it starts right there. People that, hey, will tell you on one facet, like, hey, this song is not the best. You're not putting your best foot forward here. It's the same person that probably is going to tell you, yo, you either need to get up or you need to do a evaluation of, do you really want to continue to do this?
Yeah.
Like, they have to be, consistent on all fronts as well, the people that you surround yourself with.
Well, I love how I love you and Nash relationship. You may be feeling down. Nash like, bro, get up. Like, we have work to do. He may be feeling down. Like, I'm not trying to record today. I got X, Y, and Z. Like, bro, no, you don't.
Or give it to me. I'll take care of it.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
And you can't be afraid to put yourself out there and get hurt. There's everyone's not going to be.
That's a big one.
Everyone's not going to be for you. And I think sometimes with newer artists, with artists in general, they shut themselves off. They don't go out to these networking events. They don't What do you think of this video? What do you think of this whatever, because they're either PTSD from people who hurt them before, or
you can say they spend so much time not in artist mode or in artistry, and more so from a like spectator lens. So they're viewing other artists like, I see where they messed up, I see where they took the risk, and this happened, and you can't move in that world. You got to move with them and be a risk taker as well.
Exactly. You're not watching a movie.
Yeah.
You are the character.
You're the character, and it's rolling.
It's rolling, and they may be another side character, but is the main character in any movie really paying attention to anybody else? No, they're extras. Right. They're extras, and nothing more, nothing less. Like, this is your movie. So I tell myself this: stop playing at what you're good at. Stop playing with what you say that you want. You know, you want to be an artist, that requires doing content, that requires going to meetings, that requires listening to people who have been doing it longer than you. It requires all of this. And when, what Monty was saying, when rubber meets the road and you start to meet these types of things, and you really don't want to do it, that's your answer right there. Like, you shouldn't be in it.
Yeah. As a songwriter, my following question: how do you just go about the writing? Like, I want to leave it solely on that. Like, how do you want to go about the writing when it's a dark day, it's a dark week, you got bills and laundry, you know, like all that shit? What do you do?
It's so sick. Like, you have to look at all the negative. If it is just negative, you look at whatever is there. It is what it is, and you draw from that. So if things are really bad, you might be writing a sad song. If things are good, you might be writing a happy song. You might be writing something in between.
I was just about to say, you may have to lean into it.
Yeah, but make sure that you're drawing from that, from within, not outside. That's why me and other writers have struggled with beat block. It's because you're uninspired, or you're pulling from something inauthentic, something outside of yourself. No. There's a sad you, there's a happy you, there's a frustrated you, there's a tired you, and they're all you. You draw from that. I say, as an A&R, when I have bad weeks or bad days, I think I try to break down what I do in small parts, small areas, because I do a lot, and I get back to sort of what makes me inspired to do that one small thing. Like, I may just like close out all my plans and just listen to new music, listen to old music, that nostalgic feeling again of just, man, I remember when I was like 8 years old and I wanted to be the artist, or like I was thinking, how would I do my videos, or how would I dress as going to 106 Park. Like, I would think about things like that to get that nostalgic feeling, and in a way that's the end goal. Like, putting it back in the forefront, but it's also kind of just like, man, go back to how you started. Like, go back to what made you happy and what got you into it anyway. Right. Because it'll just reshape and align, how you feel about things, and talk to somebody about it as well. I like to talk to people who are not in music. I talk to my friends who, granted, they love music, they love the music we make, they love everything, right? But they're not solely in what I'm doing. Right. I'll talk to them like, bro, these are the problems that I'm having that they may not ever understand, but it's good to just get that energy out. So I say try that. If you're an A&R, if you're a manager, if you're just behind the scenes, behind the lens, like do that. Okay. We were just talking about how even when we were first starting out, we didn't know certain terms like creative direction or these terms that we use often. Like, for a newer artist that's looking to take that extra step, who they made a few songs. Like, what do you recommend? I don't even know if I want to say it like that. Like, what direction should new artists be going in? Like, what is the first step after kind of you make a couple songs?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just keep making songs, or like, I don't know if I worded that right. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
I do know what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Just more so how to approach the next phase of just getting better.
Yeah.
And getting further understanding on how to be an artist.
Right. With everything that it is now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that, man, I look at this like sports in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, you know, again, some of you may know I played basketball, so I know that in order for me to become better at my dribbling, better at my shooting, better at my conditioning, I would have needed to do it more, challenge myself in the practice, so that in the game I have all the confidence and the wherewithal of how it would work for me. So, you know, Kobe was the most confident player because he did 1 million shots in the summer. Like,
right.
That. So when it came down to the games and he has 3 people on him and he's pulling from 30,
this is nothing.
Yeah. I would rather much me take the shot than somebody who didn't practice.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, double down. If you're an artist, like, double down and triple down on the practice and on, okay, I know I'm not strong with my left hand, right, and dribbling, so let me dribble on my left hand all summer. You know, if I'm good at this, but I may not be good at my beat selection, or I may be good at my beat selection, but I need to become a better writer.
Right.
Let me, one, get with the writers, or get with the people who know good beats, know my sound. Maybe I need to study other artists. Maybe I need to write with people. I need to write with some artists that maybe are just like great penmen.
Right. And I mean, they don't even necessarily have to write what you write.
Right,
You just,
exactly.
you see,
need to be around the energy.
You see they're successful, let me find out why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Those are some of the small things that you can do. I just had a artist development meeting last week with an artist, and I was telling her, like, right now you're the only one in it. Like, no one else is going to give you an extra hand or help or anything. Right now it's solely on you, so you kind of have to pay attention to everything.
Right.
Break everything down into small bits and pieces, and really just give yourself the opportunity to, okay, Monday I'm going to focus on all beats. I'm going to you know, reach out to people on Instagram that make production that I like. Right. I'm going to study this artist who is in the same vein as me. Why are they successful? Then Tuesday I'm going to do all brand.
Yeah.
And I'm going to focus on my brand and ask questions from my peers. What do they like about me as a person and me as an artist? What do they get from me as a person, me as an artist? Wednesday, do this. Like, these are all different things that you can be doing on a day-to-day basis to reach that next phase, you know?
And even, like, I think that is where other people come in. So you're doing that, but paying attention, like we just talked about, paying attention to the data. Yeah. So everything that surrounds an artist now, whether it's content, whether it's adding people to your team, the feedback, the analytics are very important.
Yeah. This is essentially the start of getting the framework of how to build a team or build your team. Right. Because you're developing these relationships and getting the data from the people that are listening to you or around you in this journey. So
exactly. Like, first starting out, just focus on that. Like, you don't need, you don't need to know everything. You don't need to know everything to start. And I think even myself, I find myself kind of looking at the members like, everything I know, I'm trying to give to you when I need to let you make the same mistakes that I did.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be in the background watching you.
Right.
So if you slip a little too far, I got you. But
yeah, you have to go through these same mistakes.
Simply to understand.
Yeah.
You're not gonna you're gonna get it. It's gonna make sense to you, but you're not gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Unless you go through it yourself.
All that's missing right there is the experience. The experience will be the teacher
Right.
in that moment.
Right.
So yeah, that's to also answer your question. Like, you have to put yourself out there more to gain more experiences.
Yeah.
And I think these things that you need to learn will come with you just putting yourself out there more. If you need to, what would be like a put yourself out there type of.
But it's you know, if you got trouble figuring out your sound, go to a bunch of different concerts, rock, jazz, pop. I don't like this, but I really like that. And what if I added this from that concert to this concert, because I like both of those.
Facts.
That's how you find your sound. If it's content, these 50 people, this 25, whatever, they're doing this. I like that, but I don't really like that. That's doing well, but I don't like that, so I'm probably not going to do it. It's simply just trying, bro. Experiencing different things. Experimenting. Yeah.
See why people react to. Maybe you don't like Sexy Red, right? But why do all the other girls do?
Right.
Why are they, ski yee all day, all week? Like,
I can't even answer that for you. I don't want to answer that for you.
But
even if she's not my favorite artist, there's something that she's doing right.
Something that she's doing right. It galvanizes the women to get behind her and what she's doing.
Exactly.
And if that's what you want, you gotta find parallels.
Right. And there's no one that you cannot learn from.
Yeah. Whether
it's a failure, whether they're doing really well, but you don't like them, there's still something they're doing well. Everybody is a learning, is a lesson. You can learn something from everybody. So, whatever you're struggling with, look at who's successful. You may not like them, you may like them, but there's something that they're doing that is working. And figure out how you can do it in your own way.
Go outside and touch some grass. You should close
get off your phone. Enough theory. Enough theory. This is work for them. I'm gonna try. No, go bump your head.
Bump your head. Apply it. Yeah, bro. Go ride the bike and fall off. Go skateboard and fall off. Right, until you learn how to ride your bike and how to skateboard.
And it's gonna feel a lot better when you are doing kickflips, doing backflips on the bike, because you went through that the trial and error. You figured it out for yourself. Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's it, man.
Good shot.
Good shot.